Good morning, kids. I hope all of you are doing well, are at home and safe. So, we finished the course book, the chapters and the poems. The back exercises, as explained, we will take up later during the revision time. Also, the notebook work for the course book is also complete. Today, we start with the new book, that is Black Beauty by Anna Swell. So, Black Beauty is basically an autobiography of a horse and what ups and downs that come and goes in the life of a horse. So we begin with the first chapter, that is when I was very young. I understand that this might not be very clear in the video, but you have your books so you can refer while I read from the screen, and rest for the question answers I'll be sharing it through PDF. So need not worry about that. Alright? So let's begin. When I was very young, have you ever seen a horse galloping? Of course, we've seen tongas, we've seen horses on the roads while the policemen ride them. Yes? So that's how they gallop, they run, they jump on their four legs. My first memory of my days is a young colt in that of a lovely meadow with a pond. On one side of the meadow was our master's house. In the daytime, I ran beside my mother in this field, and when night fell, we lay close together and slept. So we see that he's talking about his very first memory. You know, as kids, we tend to forget what we have been through. Like, you will probably not remember how you were and what you did when you were 1 year or 2 year old, but later on when you came 4 years or 5 years, you have certain memories that you remember, right? So he's also talking about the first fresh memory that Black Beauty has. So he remembers running in a meadow in an open ground full of grass, where his master's house was, and during the daytime they used to run everywhere with his mother, play with his mother, and during the night time they slept together. Besides me, there were 6 other colts. They were a little older than me. I had great fun trying to run around the field with them. Colts are again the baby horses. But he says that there were other colts as well, but they were a little older than me. I was the youngest, and I used to love jumping from one place to another. You know, you've seen kids, or you yourself, when you get playtime, you run from one place to another like you are free and you have no other work to do. Similarly, Black Beauty also loved running from one place to another. We would gallop as fast as we could, and we also played around sometimes. So they used to jump from one place to another, and also they used to play. The young colts often became rough as there was a lot of biting and kicking. So while they used to run fast, they used to become a little angry, the older colts, because you know, when you run and you little try and hit each other while running, and you want to compete with each other, so those are the feelings that emerge. One such day, my mother whined to call me aside. She said that the colts were good colts, but had not been taught manners. She told me that unlike them, I came from a well-bred family. So like mothers are very protective of their children, so she called Black Beauty aside and told them that these colts are not good, they don't have any manners, and they kick and they get angry and they start fighting. You come from a very good family. Well-bred family means a good family where there are a lot of manners and a lot of culture that is there, and you're taught kindness. So you shouldn't be playing with these other colts because they have zero manners, no manners at all. So I should be gentle and good and never bite or kick others. So biting and kicking others is not the kind of manners that Black Beauty should possess according to his mother, and therefore she is very particular that Black Beauty should not be playing with them. She also asked me to do my work well. I always remembered her advice. Our master treated us kindly as we were his children. So what do we see? That Black Beauty was very obedient of his mother. He used to follow all the advices the mother gave. And when mother said that you should be kind and not kick and not misbehave with other colts, he listened and he always remembered the advice of his mother. My mother loved him a lot. She always trotted up to him with a joyous neigh. So, of course, his mother was very caring of her master, and whenever he called, she used to jump with joy and go and greet him. Like you've seen dogs or cats, any animal for that matter, if you love them, they give back that same love. When he appeared at the gate, he called me Darky because I was dull black. He often gave me a piece of bread which I loved. All the horses liked him, but I think he liked me the best. So he says that I was given the name Darky because I was a dull black color, very unusual color, and he used to give me bread to eat, and I loved that bread. And all the other horses that were there, they also used to like this master, but he thinks that he was the master's favorite. I remember a boy called Dick who worked in the master's farm. Sometimes he came to our field to pluck berries. After eating, he would enjoy himself by trying to make the colts run. He was of doing that was to throw sticks and stones at us. I am sure you can imagine how badly this can hurt. One day the master saw what Dick was doing and came running up to him. He hit him hard and told him to leave the farm forever. So Black Beauty says that he remembers there was a boy called Dick, and he used to come there and pluck berries and eat. And when he got bored of it, he used to throw stones at the horses and make them run. Now, throwing stones at an animal can always hurt the animal. You see a lot of people throwing stones at cows or dogs that are there on the road. We shouldn't be doing that, because how would you feel when a stone comes and hit you? You feel hurt, you feel bad. Similarly, animals also feel hurt. And when the master saw that Dick was throwing stones at the horse, he came running at him, he hit him hard, and he scolded him that you should never come back to the farm. When I was not yet 2, I saw something that I will never forget. So he's talking about one of the memories that is there in his mind when he was 2 years old, and he had seen that, and that he can never forget. Now, what is that memory? Let's read. At first, there was the round of dogs crying out as loudly as they could. They made a strange sound like you, the old colt cried. Those are hounds. He ran to the highest part of the field to watch, and all of us following him it was a hunt. So there are wild dogs in the jungles, in the meadows, so they started shouting, and one of the persons said that these are hounds, and they climbed up the mountain to see where the voice was coming, and they all ran behind him. My mother said that the hounds must be chasing a hare. A hare is a rabbit, so she said that they must be chasing a hare. Soon we saw the hounds racing down the field below. They were followed by many men on horseback. The horses too were going at top speed. Finally, the dogs reached a stream near our meadows. So we see that these hounds, they were running very fast and howling at the top of their voices, and they were being followed by a lot of people on horsebacks as they were riding, the howling on top of their voices. And then all of these horses ran up the hill to see what was happening, where was these voices coming from. So we see that my mother said that the hounds must be chasing a hare. Soon we saw the hounds racing down the field below. They were followed by many men on the horseback. The horses too were going at top speed. Finally the dogs reached a stream near the meadows. So we see that the mother of Black Beauty, she suggested that it is definitely a hare that they are chasing and they are running after it. And we see that the hounds then stop, and there are men that are following those hounds, those wild dogs that are on the horses' back. And as soon as they reach near the meadow, that is the river, they stop there. I saw the hare running for her life. She was terrified. Finally, she ran into a fence and got stuck. So she went into wires and the fence, and then she got stuck. And from there, the men took over and got hold of the hare. The hounds caught her, and the men took her from them before they could eat her. So before the hounds could eat her, they all started to, the men, they took charge of the hare from them. The men were very happy with their hunt, and of course hunting was then a sport, and they were very proud of themselves that they have caught a hare. And what do we see next? But one of the men had broken his neck and died, and one of the horses, Roy, had broken his leg. Since he had become useless, they shot him dead. So because of the way they had been hunting, one man, he broke his neck, because of course on the mountains and the meadows there is a lot of uneven land. There are rocks, there are boulders, there are big stones, and if you hit them, you fall, you're definitely going to hurt yourself bad. And one of the men, he broke his neck, and as soon as that happened, he died. And the other horse that had broken his leg, the name of the horse was Roy, and we see that he was also shot by these men because it is of no use to them. Since he had become useless, they shot him dead. My mother was very upset. She said she had known that horse for years. She said she could not understand why men liked hunting when it caused so much of harm. I thought a man dead and a horse died, all for just a small hare. Isn't that really sad? Just because they loved hunting and they wanted to show off the sport they knew, they shot the horse dead and one man died. And for what? One small hare that they could have bought in the market also. Because they wanted to go hunting, they lost one friend, they lost a horse. And because of the same reason, the mother of Black Beauty is upset. She doesn't understand what is the purpose of men going for hunting. Now I have a video linked up next. Watch that video. Is kind of a summary to this chapter that we've read. I am sure you're going to enjoy it.
Black Beauty, Chapter 1, My First Home. What is it like to be a horse? I can tell you because I've been one all my life. And what a life it has been. The first thing I remember is the field where I was born. It had plenty of grass, a pond, and trees for shade. There was a shed at one end where we could stand when it was cold. Outside the fence lay more fields, a stream, and our master's house. My mother's name was Duchess, and she was a favorite of the master because of her sweet nature. Whenever she saw him, she would neigh and trot over to greet him. There were other mares and foals in the field as well. I ran and played with the other males. These colts were all older and bigger than me. Sometimes their play turned rough, with lots of kicking and biting. One day my mother called me away from them.
I hope you will grow up gentle and kind,
She told me.
I do not want you to bite or kick, even in play. You should always be good and do your work as well as you can.
I never forgot this advice from my mother. Our master's name was Farmer Gray. He always had kind words and pats for all the horses. He was kind and fair to his workers as well. One of those workers was a boy named Dick. Sometimes, after Dick finished his work, he came into our field to pick berries. And sometimes that wasn't the only thing he did.
Hey, you!
He yelled at us one day. I was grazing nearby with the other colts. We all looked up at the sound of his voice. One of the bigger colts took a step toward him. I could tell the colt was hoping for a treat like the ones Farmer Gray often brought us.
Go on!
Dick shouted.
I want to see you run!
Then he threw a stick at the big colt. It hit him hard on the chest. The colt was so surprised that he snorted, whirled around, and kicked up his heels. Then he galloped off toward the mares, who were grazing at the other end of the field. That made the rest of us run too. Behind us, I heard Dick laughing loudly. After that, Dick often hurled sticks and stones at us to make us run. Once we understood his game, we stayed far enough away so he couldn't hit us. But once in a while, a stone would hit me, and it hurt. None of us liked that boy very much. One day, Dick began his game as usual. But he didn't know that Farmer Gray was in the next field. When our master saw what was going on, he rushed over and grabbed Dick by the arm.
Bad boy!
He scolded Dick sternly.
I can tell this is not the first time you've chased the colts. But it will be the last time. You're fired!
That was the last time we saw Dick. Other than Dick's visits, most of our days were quiet and pleasant. Yet there was one other incident that I had never forgotten. I was grazing in the field with the other colts. We all looked up when we heard dogs howling in the distance. The oldest colt pricked his ears and listened.
Those are the hounds,
he said, cantering over to the fence. The rest of us followed. What's happening? I asked my mother, who stood there looking out.
It's the hunt.
She told me.
Humans sometimes chase rabbits and foxes on horseback. The hounds help them follow the trail.
We all watched as the hunters came into sight. The hounds came first, racing after a speedy rabbit. Next came a group of riders. The rabbit scampered down the hill and leaped across the stream. The hounds followed. Most of the horses jumped the stream easily, but one slipped on the grass and fell down. His rider, a handsome young man, was flung off. He landed hard and lay still on the grass. The others returned to check on him, but he never got up, and finally they carried him away. Later we heard that the fallen rider was George Gordon. He was the only son of Squire Gordon, the richest man in the area. George had broken his neck and died in the fall. When my mother heard the news, she looked sad.
I don't understand why people are so interested in hunting.
She said.
Then again, we're only horses. Who expects us to understand the ways of humans?
I didn't know the answer to that. But soon I would learn more about the mysterious ways of humans when I left that pleasant field behind forever.
Wasn't that video nice and really helpful in understanding the first chapter? It's like a summary in the video. So let's come to the question answers. I'll send you the PDF, need not worry. So let me just discuss the question answers with you, alright? So the first question is, what did Ducky's mother tell him when he was playing with the other colts? So we see that she said that the colts were good but had not been taught manners. She told me that unlike them, I came from a well-bred family, so I should be gentle and good and never bite or kick others. Now this answer is on the previous page. You'll find it there. I'll send the PDF, need not worry, you can take it out from there as well. Next question. Why did Darky's master call him Darky? So we see that Darky's master called him Darky because he was dull black in color. Alright. Next question is, how did Dick enjoy himself after he finished eating? So we see that after eating he would enjoy himself by trying to make the coals run. His way of doing that was to throw sticks and stones at them, and then they started running, and that is how Dick used to enjoy himself. Next question, what were the men chasing during the hunt? So the men were chasing the hounds that was chasing the hare. So basically they were chasing hare for the hunting purpose. I hope these answers are clear. Let me just tell you one more time. First question, what did Darky's mother tell him when he was playing with the other coals? She said that the coals were good but had not been taught manners. She told me that unlike them, I came from a well-bred family, so I should be gentle and good and not bite and kick. Then next, why did Darky's master call him Darky? Darky's master called him Darky because he was dull black in color. Then how did Dick enjoy himself after finishing eating? After finishing eating, he would enjoy himself by making the horses run. That he used to do by throwing sticks and stones at them. And then the last question, what were the men chasing during the hunt? The men were chasing the hare during the hunt. Alright, rest question answers that are the back exercises will be sent through the PDF, so it will be easy for you to understand and work on it. Alright, hope this chapter is clear, and from Monday onwards we will be starting with our online classes. So any doubts, any queries, you can ask your respective teachers, and the further chapters will be taken up there. Hope you enjoy. You are as excited as we are to see you and get started with the learning. By that time, stay at home and take care of yourself.